Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Enigmatica 2. So, we are currently working our way through Ender.io. We have a couple of fancy things going on, and apparently I hit numlock again. So, Ender.io. We've done all of this. We're now working through making the farming station. We have this license splice, hopefully. Can't remember if we made this license splice. I think we did. It's right here. This license splice. So we have this license splice. We need to make the farming station next. Farming station is a really great thing. Typically, it was one of the first things you headed for in Ender.io. Now, I mean, honestly, there's so many easier ones. I'm not sure why most people would bother. It's got too many steps. Let's actually type that up where it's going to matter. Farming station. There we go, farming station. So we're going to need a Z-Logic controller, a soul machine chassis, so 2 solarium ingots, some vibrant crystals, some energized bimetal gears, and some pulsating crystals. So the biggest, most complicated looking thing on here is probably going to be this. So we need silicon, redstone, zombie head, and solarium. So I think we had some solarium left over from last time. We need some silicon. And hey, look, there's a couple of those. Let's make some redstone. And what about some zombie head? Man, we've only got 1,600 zombie heads. Now, one of the cool things about this is it automatically places everything where it needs to go. Okay, that's new and creepy. So that gives us the Z-Logic controller. So we can come in here and we can do farming station. So it looks like we don't have a lot. So soul powder, solarium ingot we need to make from the induction smelter, which is soul sand and gold. So let's go ahead and get some soul sand and gold. Let's see if I made any of that. Alloy smelter, solarium. We have solarium. Alright. So the next thing that we're going to need is, what, energetic alloy? Do we have any in here? We do. So farming station, let's go ahead and work through piece by piece. We have that. We have that. Interface terminal, let's wander through and go molecular assembler. We have a couple of these available. So our next step for the farming station is going to be this. We're going to need a simple machine chassis and soul attuned die blend. So machine chassis, simple machine chassis is like so. Let's make a pattern for it because clearly we don't have one. So we need one of these. Oh my gosh, that is super annoying. So we'll tell it to allow substitutions and see if that works. Nope. It should technically work, but there is a difficulty when you start getting a lot of mods working together. So we'll do this. We'll prevent all substitutions, and then we'll go to iron, because iron actually works, if you'll recall from our previous episode. And honestly, I should have remembered that myself and forced that. So you have this. Now we need to go soul attuned die, enhanced alloy smelter, and go. So we have this. So farming station. So let's chuck this down in here. What happened to the Z logic controller? Z logic. We had one. I'm willing to make another one. I'm just not sure what happened to it. Alright, so Solium, redstone, silicon, zombie, so farming station. So it needs a pulsing crystal and a soul machine chassis, which the soul machine chassis is there. So the pulsating crystal. Pulsating crystal is pretty much just that. So now we should be able to make the farming station. Pulsating iron nuggets. Okay, farming station. Now farming station. There we go. So it took a bit, but we now have the farming station. Toss that in there. So next on our quest inventory here, we need a soul binder. So the soul binder is kind of like the next level up from this license splice. It allows you to take creatures that you have put in vials, like their souls anyway, and put them into things. let's do it on this one. So we just need the Soul Machine chassis. So we're going to need one of these, and then machine chassis. Go over to the alloy smelter and chuck it in. Then we come here and we go soul binder. This, I mean, is kind of terrible, but so what you would typically do with it is you would take a broken spawner or whatever and a soul vial, and then you would imbue the soul vial into the spawner. There's a couple of other things you can do with it, but that's pretty much it. You can also pump liquid XP into it. You see it requires levels. So if we super wanted to, we could do that, but I'm not really very inclined to blow my XP on that, not that we're using it for anything else. So that's this. Ta-da! Slime block. Alright, so our next step is we want to go ahead and make a soul vial, which we picked up from loot. So we have that. Soul vials, they're not super complicated to make. And we have one from shulkers, and then we have 2 empty ones. So the soul vial is pretty much made from fused quartz and solarium ingots. It's very simple. It's very much a glass bottle with a cork. So if we wanted to, we could actually make a shulker spawner. That is actually a terrible idea. Don't let anybody tell you it's a good idea, because they spawn randomly everywhere and they're a hassle. So now we can make a powered spawner. So we're going to need another Z-Logic controller. So let's go ahead and get zombies. We're going to need some redstone. Going to need some silicon. Whoa. Yeah, that's helpful. Solarium. And then we are just going to go ahead and go in here and go whip. And that. So now we have another Z-Logic controller. So the powered spawner is going to now require some electrical steel. Let's see. We have everything except the soul machine chassis and the vibrant crystals. We should actually be able to make the vibrant crystals. So we'll say 2 of those, go. Now we need a chassis. And I could actually automate the machine chassis, but I'm not super inclined to do it. Hopefully this is it. Alright, let's chuck those in there. Grab that. And then we want to do spawner. There you go, powered spawner, and go. 1 powered spawner. Yep. And this is pretty much it. And you can upgrade it to, produce things faster, produce specific things. It's pretty cool. again, there were already a lot of steps to it before they did this. And now there's more. And honestly, these days there's enough mods that kind of are less work. So yeah. So the vat, we want this from Ender.io. Ender vat. So let's make some fluid tanks. 1, 2. Let's make a furnace. And now we have a vat. So that's unfortunate. But what the vat does is, I'll show you the GUI because it'll be easier to explain. Oh, not that one, that one. So pretty much what it is you put a starting liquid here, and then you add ingredients here. It cooks them or ferments them, and then has an end liquid here. So you could take water and add stuff, and then you'll get alcohol, or fuel, or whatever. There's a bunch of different things. Let's see if there's recipes. So water, any meat, any sugar or spider eye, and you get nutrient distillation. Nutrient distillation, add some stuff, you get dew of the void, which I have no idea what that's good for. Dew of the void turns into vapor of levity, which again, I have no idea what that's good for. Water and sugar basically turns you into, it gets you hooch. Hooch becomes rocket fuel, which also becomes fire water, which a bucket of fire water is actually a really great way to farm the grains of infinity. If you pour a bucket of this on bedrock, it continues to constantly produce grains of infinity. So fire water can also become liquid sunshine. Water becomes cloud seeds, which I don't know. And then you can make concentrated cloud seeds. Again, I have no idea about any of that. So I'm glad that they expanded its effective vocabulary, I guess. But it's still, I'm not sure that I'm excited about how difficult it is to get into. It's a lot of pointlessly added steps. But, it's there. So, Killer Joe. So, Killer Joe, it pretty much is a head in a jar that attacks things. If you need to know how a head in a jar attacks things, you should clearly make one, like we're about to. So, this is powered by nutrient distillation. Fused quartz. So we're just going to take nether quartz and or block of quartz. Now, this is tricky because there used to be a thing where there was smoky quartz, and if you put it in there wrong or it was in the wrong mode, you would get one or the other. So that was super annoying. It looks like they've gotten rid of smoky quartz. Or it's a Britannia thing. So that's fine. So now it looks like we need a Franken-zombie, which is a soul vial for a zombie or a zombie villager, and a Z-logic controller and a soul binder, some power. So we got this. So let's make a Z-logic controller really quick. So redstone and some silicon. Line that all up, wait for it to go. Let's chuck that in there, and let's go get a soul vial. And we're gonna go look for zombies. Let's go to I forgot what it's called. Embers. Hi, Creeper. So remember, I removed all the torches here so things would spawn. Creeper. Now it's just a matter of waiting for an actual zombie. Man, want a creeper. That's pretty much all I'm seeing is creepers. Lots of creepers. What kind of a deep hive? I'm busy. Thank you. So what do we get from that? Attuned. Another deep hive. Oh, zombie. Zombie. Bye. It's called storage. I knew that. Take our shrinking device and we're going to go into, was it thermal? Yeah. So we're going to take our soul binder here. So take that, we're going to take our soul binder. We're going to go ahead and use RXP. Watch the process happen very slowly. Listen to the weird scrapey noise. Weird. So that gives us our soul vial and empty soul vial back, and Franken zombie, which gives us Killer Joel. So that's Killer Joe. It needs nutrient distillation. So let's do this. I think I've got Ender tank. Which one is this one? Essence. Does that work, I wonder? No, I think that's actually like liquid XP. I don't think that's going to work. Oh well. So that gives us a Killer Joe. Let's see what random food we get. Giant sequoia door. What does that even look like? I don't know. Alright, so we've done that. Our next step is going to be the dimensional transceiver. Now this is actually one of the things that's pretty cool. So we're going to need an ender resonator, which is vibrant, solarium, enderman head, and silicon. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'll pick that up in the next episode, because it's 25 minutes now, just about right on the nose. So if you liked the episode, please leave a like. If you didn't, don't. Simple as that. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. You folks have a great night.